go. In Germany, finally, we got Mariana. Welcome to Germany, and thank you for coming in for the Stokes project. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm super excited to finally meet you in person after like looking at your Instagram live and like feeling like, oh, Stokes like has such good energy. Witnessing it like all in person.
Yeah, like we've been talking. Like you said, before we just started, we've been talking about doing this interview back. Yeah, you said last winter. I thought it was like last. Yeah, it might have been last winter.
I think so. Yeah.
Something like that. Because like I was trying to get everything set up and everything, and then of course you came up with the idea of, oh, Justin, let's go ahead and just do this in person. I'm like, okay, all right, we'll go ahead and do it that way, right?
I mean, if you didn't want to do it, I feel bad for like pressuring you into meeting me, but I was gonna be in Europe anyway, and you know, it's better always to talk to someone in person than online. When the stars align. And it did.
Well, you're finally here. So again, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me and having me.
Heck yeah. So like of course I've been following you for a while, but like let's start from the beginning a little bit. Were you born in Japan or?
Yes, I was born in Yamanashi Prefecture. And then when I was 3, I moved to Utah because of my dad's job. And then we moved back to Yamanashi after a year, spent several years there, and then moved to Pennsylvania again next time for 5 years, between the ages of 7 to 12, which was 2nd grade until 7th grade for me.
Okay, that's actually a significant part of your childhood too.
Exactly, yeah.
So like when you moved there, how was it like living in the States, especially like being born in Japan? Because you didn't really kind of experience the Japanese lifestyle at that point, but like you said, those are the essential years from 2nd to 7th grade. That's like when you're 6 to like 13 years old.
Exactly. Yeah.
How was it like growing up during that time?
Well, so it's funny because before I moved to the States, especially Pennsylvania, I didn't fit into my Japanese school too much. I was kind of like the nerd in my class. I didn't have many friends. So when my parents told me that we're gonna go to the States again and move there, I was actually happy because I was always kind of like left out in my elementary school. But when I moved to the States, like all the kids around me were so nice. Played with me during recess. I was good at math, so the teachers loved me. I was somehow good at spelling, even though I couldn't understand English that well at the beginning. So yeah, it was amazing. And it was my first time seeing people of different races and different cultural backgrounds, and everything was just really interesting for me even at that point. And everyone was just so friendly and loving and supportive, so I had a really great time. I had harder time adjusting to life when I moved back to Japan actually, because I moved back to Yamanashi, the same rural, somewhat conservative area of Japan, and I went to an all-girls school. So girls can be quite nasty in middle school and high school, so that was quite hard for me.
It was funny because like actually you kind of just spoke to like the whole thing when it comes to like what I like to call the international Japanese kids, because like you said, you grow up during like the essential years in another country, but you still held on to like the Japanese culture. You're still like in tune with it. Yeah. So when you do go back, it's like this thing of where you go back, you're Japanese, but you're not.
Exactly, yeah.
That's kind of what I've heard. Is that kind of right going along the lines of it?
I think so, and because I think it's also because I had a lot of trouble fitting back to my Japanese life. That made me hate Japan for at least several years after I moved back, because I felt like, oh my gosh, Japanese people are so mean. Japanese kids are so mean. They're not understanding. And I felt like the saying, every nail that sticks out always gets hammered down, like that saying was true. What I remember was at our middle school, there was an English play, and all the classes did kind of like a play in English and competed against each other. And this one girl was like, hey Mariana, what do you want to do during this English play? And I thought she was asking what role I wanted to play. And I said, oh, I want to play the main character. And then she was like, wow, you're the new girl and you're already going for the main character. And like, she gave me kind of like a shade about it. And I was like, wow, I mean, you were open for me to like suggest what I wanted to do, and you're gonna be like that. Wow.
Like there was a wrong answer or a right answer to that, right?
Exactly.
And that's the funny thing, because like I grew up military, and like it's not necessarily the same way like what you're saying as far as going to like a different place, but you do feel like you're kind of a little bit on the outside a little bit.
Right.
But of course, once you take some time, then it gets a little bit better, and then you start knowing like, okay, I can, I vibe with these people, but I don't really rock with these people over here. You know what I mean?
Yes, the vibe. Yes, that's so important.
Pennsylvania, you said that's where?
Yes. I lived in Lancaster County, which is also known as the Amish country, highest population of Amish people in the States, from what I understand.
Do you remember how that was?
It was really interesting because, like, on the road you see modern technology like cars, but at the same time you see horse buggies on the streets. But it was really nice because there was tons of spacious Amish fields, like cornfields, and it was like open space that I would never see in Japan. It just felt like so liberating at the same time, just being surrounded by all that space, all that nature, different kinds of ways of living. Yeah, I wouldn't have traded that experience for the world. And actually being in the States at that time of my life actually formed a significant part of me, who I am as a person, and also the linguistic ability of acquiring English also allowed me to gain access to like all sorts of different information, connect with all sorts of people I never would have connected with, including yourself. So yeah, it was just an experience